How do I relate to McCrae, Don's supervisor? I think that she came on board very excited about the opportunities that there were and the possibilities for making people's lives better, finding new energy. It was the exciting new project, and she felt flattered and honored to be a part of it and had some big dreams about it. And then I think gradually she felt more isolated from the world. At this point, she can't improve things that she wants to improve, and so she's just trying to make the best of a bad situation. Maybe she still hopes that they can do some good. You know, you're trying to do the best you can with very limited resources, and you want to do a good job, but you also get maybe worn out by the fact that you don't have a lot of resources. You have people that are also frustrated, and yet we still have a job to do. I think she's very businesslike in some ways, but she also, I think, behind all of that, has some compassion for the people that she's working with. She ideally, I guess maybe this is just partly me, but I see her as maybe she came into this job as an idealist. Like, she wanted to have this great workforce. She wanted to bring them all together and do good work. And then just over the years, she's gotten drained and drained and drained. And at this point, she just kind of has to do the job. And she has to somehow get everyone else to do the job. And in some ways, she's just doing what needs to be done.
What did you do to that robot?
I didn't take down the launch bay. I was just working on the robot.
All of these systems, especially the robots, are interconnected. What did you do?
It wouldn't let me remove its arm. So I unplugged it.
You what? That explains it. Great. Get me an IT team for the launch bay and get an experienced roboticist down here. All of our ships use automated pilots. The only reason they don't crash into each other is because they talk to each other a lot.
Come on, just because one stops talking doesn't mean everything should come to a grinding halt. Communications fail.
You're right. Communications failure. That's no problem. But that's not what happened. This robot saw you reaching for its power cord and tried to call for help. Only it got a partial message out. Our central server is anxiously waiting for the rest of that message. The suspense is killing it. Literally. Now it's no longer controlling the traffic. By pulling the plug, you froze the computer that's coordinating everything here. That's not even a rookie mistake. You don't know a damn thing about robots, do you? I should have realized when you didn't mention anything about networking or robopsychology on your resume. Yes. Fixing a servo, that's being a mechanic, that's hardware. Knowing how to interact with a robot that's in active use while it's moving, that's robotics. You don't understand the difference, do you? Of course not. You wouldn't if you were dumb enough to unplug it while it was watching.
Don, the new kid on the block. I think that when he first comes in, it's like one more of the same. Here's another new guy. He's coming in with stars in his eyes, and he's going to eventually just kind of be another cog in the machine. And in some ways, I think when I first run into him, I don't really see him, but then he speaks up. And that's not normal for a new person to do necessarily. At least he gets her attention. I don't know if she likes him right away, but I think there's something about him that's maybe a little bit different than the others. And then especially as he takes more and more initiative, and eventually, I think she sees some potential in him.
The ship got damaged in the process. It's my fault we went on that detour.
I know. The robot's logs explained everything. To tell you the truth, I was very angry. But after my head cooled and I talked with corporate, we decided to re-examine our co-pilot policy. You'll now have to actually have flight experience. You've showed an aptitude for driving vehicles.
I'd love to be a pilot.
Forklift. You can drive forklifts.